YouTube, this is just the Federalist again. Switching gears a little bit. For you guys that saw my earlier posting today, that was the political side. Not real happy about the hope and change I'm seeing. I don't know about you. See that video for that one. This is something cooler. This is all about firearms. Something I hold kind of near and dear to my heart. So I was at, I don't know if you guys have got in your areas, if you've got Cabela's. I was in Cabela's picking up a sale item, and I just walked by. For those of you guys who know about Cabela's and who have got stores like them in your area, outstanding gun and sports store, humongous place, interesting place. They got a big mountain with all these different stuffed, animals that are game animals and things up in the middle of the store. Gigantic lodge-looking place. It's cool. I was in there, and they've got a gun library with all kinds of cool cabinets full of really unique weapons and things. And I was walking past, I was kind of waiting in a line that kind of was in the general vicinity of the gun library, and I happened to see an AK-47. And I've been watching Nut and Fancy's videos for a while. You guys who know my station, my channel, you know that I'm a Nut and Fancy guy. That guy is just fantastic to me. In my opinion, I mean, I'm living vicariously through him, and in my opinion is this guy is a top-notch guy, and I'm glad I watch his videos. It's cool. I'm living vicariously through him because I have too many things going on to get out like he does, and I wish I could. He did a review on an AK-47 a little over a year ago, I believe. It was the Krebs Customs KTR-03. Now the Krebs Custom KTR-03 is the 2008 variant of their tactical rifle. They've actually sent some of those out to operators in northern Iraq and Afghanistan. Great success. He's got a thing on the wall with some operators on it that have his firearms, and they're loving them. I really enjoyed watching Nutton's video about that, and I was always kind of interested in the battery of arms of the AK-47. And I kind of wanted, I knew they were cheap and readily available. There's millions of them out there. I mean, I think it's the most highly produced tactical rifle in the world. I mean, at this point, I don't know if there's anything that outnumbers it. So I kind of wanted to get familiar with the battery of arms, and I said, okay, well, if I ever find one for a decent price, I'll go ahead and get it and just play with it, and just see what it's about. And I was walking, and I looked down, and I saw this thing, and something kind of caught my eye, and I was like, okay, that's kind of an unusual, gun right there. And I picked it up, and I was like, okay, the price is right, it's cheap. And I just happened to pick it up, and as I looked at the receiver, now this is going to be hard to see in this camera, but right here, there's a stamping. It's really hard to see this. That is a Krebs Custom KTR-03S. Basically, this is the same variety of gun, the same modeling that they used for the other one that Nut and Fancy was talking about. Same company. And he had some good things to say in his video, and he had some, maybe diminished it a little bit because of their departure from the norm with the Type. The Type is known as a rugged, inexpensive, readily available battle rifle that's not maybe as accurate as some of the M4 AR variants and stuff, and the FALs and things like that you might find in the market. But when I saw this thing, it was dressed up in some junk. I mean, the guy that had this gun really must have felt like he would rather have made an AR-15A2 or an M16A2. It was wearing this flash hider. This is like an A2, like a bird cage for you guys that know about these. I mean, military guys, you're going to recognize that right off the bat. That's what they give you. Has the flat part on the bottom so you don't kick up a lot of dust when you're prone, and you kind of time that out to where it fires and the blast goes upward, and it also helps you to keep from getting that muzzle climb, or it reduces it a little. So they had that on there. Also had this magnificent A2 type stock, or A1 or A2. Not at all, like the Type. I mean, I guess it is kind of, it's the same basic shape, but if you know anything at all, which I kind of new at the whole AK experience, but I knew that wasn't right. So I took it into them, and I called them up, and they said, "Hey, bring it in. You know, it's a KTR, so we'll, you know, take care of you." And went in there, and they, as you see, this is the rifle. Now, I didn't have them address this dust cover. This whole thing here, if you guys know AKs, this is just a dust cover. It's a stamped piece of steel. Really, it's just a dust cover for the receiver. It doesn't really have a mechanical function. It's not really a heavyweight piece. And I found a secondary place to get these things from for about 25 bucks, so I'm not really concerned. I was going to refinish this one, but it's got some pitting and some dings in it and stuff that probably wouldn't clean up that well. This is the Bulgarian ribbed variety of this dust cover, I found out, but I'm not really that high on it, and it doesn't matter because it was just a surplus one. But Krebs is fantastic. If you have an AK-47 or 74 or even something more exotic like an RPK or a PKM, and you want to have it reconditioned, you could not do better than to go to Krebs Customs. Wauconda, Illinois. They're on Rand Road, and these guys, Sean and Patrick and Brian, the manager on duty, these people are fantastic. I brought the gun in. They looked at it. They told me the backstory on it about a guy who takes these rifles from them and receivers and things and does his own bit with them, and it's never quite right. But they showed me some things that they could do to it, and we decided on putting this package together here. So let me give it a little space so it's kind of like, you know, let me get the camera right here just a second. It's kind of hard to do this. But as you see, it's got a collapsible buttstock on it with a command arms stock saddle. This is adjustable. I need to get a new plastic piece. I had one. This is a Voltor. It's like a buffer tube, but of course, you know, if you know AKs, the buffer is not in here. There's a receiver spring that goes the length of the rifle through this gas tube. It had some rattly furniture on it that was black plastic. I put this 4-rail on it, which is their own design. Quite fantastic. I love this thing. Don't worry about this piece of junk anyway. I'm going to just pop it off there real quick because it's just junk. You'll never hear me talk, you know, well about BSA because they're ridiculous. This thing is a piece of junk. It always has been. I just threw it on there to mess around. Let me just pop that off real quick. That is the naked gun. But yeah, they put this peep sight on here. That is a great piece, and as you can see, it is. Let me do this real quick. I'll adjust it, and you can see right there, it's got the Krebs logo on it. This is their own peep sight variation, so you don't have the leaf sight. They straightened out this piece. It's going to look kind of funny. It's like I'm pointing a gun right at you, but yeah, they gave this piece a little going over because it had been bent. It looked like it was going through a stress test or something. They test fired it to make sure that it was working and operating okay. They sat down for no less than 3 hours. Friendliest guys you ever wanted to meet, and very knowledgeable about the type. Let me check out an RPK and a PKM, and gave me some backstory on the rifle, what their designs were, what they were doing, and I made my decisions, and they put together this, which is a bolt hold open. I don't know if you've seen this variation before, but if you want to get one of these, certainly go to Krebs Custom. You can hold the bolt open with the safety. This is the safety. This safety also has this additional piece on here that you can use one finger when you're in your master grip type position. You can just simply pull this thing down. Well, it's got a lot of pressure on it, but you can pull it down with one hand and let that go, so you can hold it open to examine the chamber. The 4-rail system, the leaf, the new actuator for the leaf, and this killer AK-74 type muzzle brake, which is fantastic. They reblued some surfaces for me. This it was not the right gas tube. They had a Chinese one in there that was not mating up well. They replaced it with some spare parts they had. Kind of just touched it up a little bit. I put in the new trigger keeper, which does not include that gigantic wire that winds through the receiver. They did a fantastic job. And anytime you need anything done with your AK-47, rifle or your AK-74 or PKM or RPK, I recommend going to Krebs Custom in Wauconda. They do great work and totally friendly people. Peace.